Thanks for playing yesterday. Going to look at two hands. I was a little surprised on board 7 that even our more experienced pairs did not use a fairly common gadget. In fact, let me start. Let's look at it by. I'll jump over in the responder's hand. This is a gadget used over one note trump. You can use it over two note trump too, which we'll see in the second hand. But what do you do when you have game forcing values, right? I have 5, 6, 9, 13 points opposite a one note trump opener, right? And the key here is that I have 5 spades, 4 hearts. Well, we could be in a spade game if my partner had 3 spades, and we could be in a heart game if he had 4 hearts, and we could be in no trump if he had neither, or if he prefers to play in no trump. How do we get there? Now, this is not a hand in which you transfer to spades and then bid hearts. That's not the way to go about it. You lose a lot of flexibility. You start with 2 clubs. You start with Stamen, and when you hear the 2 diamond bid, then you bid your 4 card major at the next level. So it's easy to spot because, well, why'd they just jump to 3 hearts? And this is a bid called Smolin. It promises game forcing values, 4 in the suit that you bid, the major that you bid, and 5 in the other major. And this allows the robot to pick out where they want to go. Okay, the robot can, your partner, the one no trump opener here, can decide, well, I want to play in spades, or I want to play in no trump, or I want to play in hearts. Now, the robot here has a little finer tuning to it yet still, which is that 3 spades promises 3 spades and 17 high card points, which allows North to make a decision on going to slam. All fine and good. I'm going to switch back to the other hand, though, because I took a different take on it. I was sitting south. I usually, I look at when I review the hands to see what I do, I'm trying to find a teaching lesson. I usually play through the hands, and this is what happened when I sat over here. Let me load it up again. I didn't have that, and when I play Smolin, I don't have that little fine adjustment to the 3 spades to promise 3 and 17 points. Sort of a mild slam try. Partner, I've got 17. We have a fit. If you're really strong, we can go further. But instead, I basically thought, I took it as, do I want to play in no trump, or do I want to play in spades? And you can see here, we get the Smolin bid, right? 4 hearts, 5 spades, 10 or more points. And I thought, I'm balanced hand, I have kind of a cool diamond suit, I got 4 clubs, and I decided the 3 no trump would be the best place to play. Because we're playing match points, right? It's that 10-point edge, right? You get 40 points for that first trick. So if you can take as many tricks in no trump as you take in the suit contract, playing match points, you get a better score. It doesn't matter that it's just 10 points. All you need is a little edge. I get a spade lead. So in no trump, as we've been discussing, we start by counting our top tricks. Then we want to look at tricks we're for sure to get, and then we want to look at possible tricks, right? So here we have 5 spades, ace, 10, king, queen, jack. 5, we have 3 hearts, right? That's 8. Notice we have a blocking problem, right? Before we can start cashing winners here, we got to get rid of these 2. So that's 8. We have the ace of clubs for 9. Happy not to see a club lead, taking away my only stopper. And then we have the ace of diamonds for 10. So having counted our top tricks, we should look for the for sure tricks. Tricks we're bound to get, right? And if we look at this diamond suit, this is what I'm talking about. We got queen, jack, 10. Right? We are bound to take tricks with those if we can make sure we manipulate the hand so that we can get to them. Right? So we got queen, jack, 10, 4. So what I'm thinking is, this is the suit I want to work on. This is the suit that has the most extra tricks that I can get. And in hearts, right, looks like if the jack falls, I can get the 10 or 9. Can't get any more in spades. This is the work suit. I'm not going to work on clubs, right, because I got to lose tricks there to make anything, too many tricks. So diamonds is the one. So what do I want to do? Well, I'm playing no trump, so I'm not going to have to pull trump first, which is what the people in spades would have to do. But I'll take the ace, and then I'll just simply leave the queen. And I'll run it, let it run. If I win this, then I'll cross the ace, and then I'll come back and play the jack of diamonds, still growing up the 10 of diamonds. Okay. Now, we get the king of clubs lead. I'm not surprised at that. You've got a suit to work on it, work on it. Top tricks are transportation. Okay, top tricks are stoppers. Okay, you don't cash out top tricks in most situations before you start working on your work suit. So here, because I'm going to take a lot of tricks, I can just grab the ace, right? Play over to this ace. Come back in the ace queen where I preserved entries. Looking for that jack of hearts to fall. That'd be sweet. Oh, I don't even need it because I have the jack of diamonds for this, and I have the 10 of diamonds, the two tricks I grew up. This one, those are all good tricks. Right? Just lead back over the spades and claim. Right? So, making 12. So, developed a plan, decided to play no trump, take 12 tricks, and get a top board, because all those, I think that some of you did take, I must have it somewhere. Yeah, we did have somebody making 6 spades, but they did not, but I beat them by 10 points, right? Because they get 680 and I got 690. Match points, you got to always run that little equation in your head. Is this a hand that I should be playing in no trump instead? So Smolin, and a good plan gets you a good board. Now, this is kind of fun. I'm going to go back a board to board 6. Now, we saw Smolin there over 1 no trump. This is a hand in which I have, 16 points in aces and 4 points in queens. So 20 points. And if you were to open this a diamond, you should open it a diamond and then jump shift to clubs. Right? You would do this because you need to show a maximum hand here. Right? I saw somebody bid 2 clubs here, which is, they couldn't possibly get to slam after that. But get to 3 clubs here. Now your partner knows you have 19, 20, at least 19 points or more, and then they can just do some math in their head and decide whether they want to go to slam. The other way to open this, though, remember when we open no trump, we do something kind of spectacular in terms of the auction, which is we limit our hand immediately. Our partner knows within a point or two how many points we have. As a responder, you really can't decide where the contract is going until you know the strength of the opener's hand. So opener's duty in an auction is always to define their hand, to limit their hand. They usually do that on the second bid. But when you can open no trump, you're limiting your hand on the first bid, which is why a lot of times we will kind of squint to find ourselves to a no trump opening. And here, if you just kind of missort a diamond into the heart suit, it's clearly it's a 4-4-3-2. Right? But here with 5-4-2-2, aces in the majors, right? No worries about the majors. We have stoppers in both. Not a bad time to open 2 no trump. We get a Stamen bid, and I bid 3 diamonds. And now partner bids 3 hearts. Now, remember how I pointed out that in over 1 no trump, Smolin is really obvious because there's a jump, right? And that jump triggers you. Here, you may have some moments of confusion. Well, what's 3 hearts here? I've just told him I don't have a 4-card major, and now he's still bidding 3 hearts. Here is another Smolin bid. Right? They're saying, I don't care if you have 4, right? Because I happen to have 5 spades and I have 4 hearts. And once again, game forcing. So with my 2-2 in the majors, right, I just bid 3 no trump. I'm being offered a choice of games, and I'm taking 3 no trump. North does some math, bids 6 no trump, which is where this contract should be. And we can see it's just a math thing. I've opened 2 no trump. I promised 20. In the last hand with the jump shift, 19. And And all North has to do is count points. He's got 4, 7, 5, 12, 13, 13 and 20, 33 should be in small slam. The field should be in small slam. Not only that, this hand has some good things, right? A sequence. It has a 5-carder, right? It assumes that I must have a lot of aces because he has 1, 2, 3 kings, right? Which means those are all going to be 2 tricks in those tricks, in those suits. And we get a club lead. We get a club lead. Now, there was only one pair in slam. They made it on a heart lead. West offered up the unfortunate lead into the ace-10, right, which meant that 10 was going to score because either the East would play the jack and the ace would go up, or he would get the 10 if the jack didn't go up. So he got a heart lead. She got a heart lead and makes easily. Good job. Makes an extra trick, actually. So, anyways, rewind, got all excited. So here we are, playing a no trump contract. We count our top tricks, look for, for sure tricks that we're going to get, although we may need to grow one up. And then we look for possible tricks, like could we get a finesse, could we get this? So here we have ace of spades, 3 hearts, that's 4, ace, king, queen of clubs, that's 7, and then 12 tricks unless there is some horrible split. So we probably have 12 tricks just to start. I'm going to count those as my top tricks. So the next step is, well, just because I haven't made it, I still want to look for more. We're playing match points. What are the possible tricks? Well, that's where that heart lead was great, right? Because instead of 3 heart tricks, they have 13 and can claim off the lead. But for our purposes, I didn't get the heart lead. I got the club lead, which is my shortest suit, right, or just about. And I've got 3 there. Unlikely to score any extra tricks in clubs. Diamonds, I can't score any extra tricks, assuming that it isn't 10-5 in the right position and I can't figure out a way around 10-5. I'm going to get 5 tricks. So there's nothing to be gotten there. So the only places where I could find an extra trick are the spades and the hearts. And as you can see, one way to do it would just be to take the finesse right away, but is there a better way? I mean, if I play ace, king, queen, what are the chances of the jack and 9 falling? Well, there's a chance. I don't know what the odds are, but there's a chance. But the other thing to think about is that, well, I've got the ace and the 8 here, and I'm not going to play spades until the end, right? We don't cash out our top tricks in no trump. We use them as stoppers and for transportation while we work on the other things. So I'm going to leave that ace there to the end, which means I can leave the 8 there to the end. Could the 8 promote? Could it just grow up naturally as people discard? Probably. Right? Is there any other one? Well, the 10 is always dead because I'm going to play the ace, king, queen, but this 8 right here, right, that heart could grow up, right? So that means that I could play off the hearts, I could leave the 8 here and get down to a position where I have the 8 of hearts and the ace 8 of spades. Right? And if somebody throws the 9 of hearts, and the jack and the 9 of hearts have to go. And if the 8 of hearts grows up, then I can just play the 8 of hearts and I'll throw the 8 of spades underneath it. If the 9 of hearts is not shown up by the end, well, then I'll just play over to the ace and hope that the 8 is good. And basically what that means is someone has to be guarding both the hearts and the spades. And if they're not, I don't care. I'm still making 12, but I'm giving myself a chance at a 13th trick. I'm not taking any risks. This is a no-risk plan. Win the club. Now notice, the next thing to think about is, well, where do I have to be at the end when I'm looking for the 9 of hearts or for basically I need to be over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately play off all my diamonds. Remember, this is, you could just call this, a 13th trick made on just watching the cards. Just pay attention, right? If the 9 of hearts and the jack of hearts are gone, the 8 is good. If it's not, if it doesn't fall, then it's not good. So of course we'll lead to the ace of spades. It's not brain science. I don't think it is anyways. So clubs are falling. Haven't seen that. Oh, there's a heart. The wrong one yet. Now I'm going to play off the ace queen here. Oh, king of spades. So only the queen is out there. No, it's not going to matter. It doesn't matter. You don't even need to think about spades. All you have to do is watch for the heart. Just watch for the heart. And we need the jack and the 9. There's the jack. So we're going to make a 13th trick if the 9 of hearts falls. And if it doesn't, well, then we'll lead to the ace. We'll make sure that we get our 12th. And maybe it didn't fall. So now we just lead over there. And ace falls. And I wasn't really keeping track of the spades. If it's good, it's good. And it's good. There's the 9 of hearts. So what happened? Why did that work? Look at East's hand. 4 spades, 4 hearts, and they had to find pitches. Leave it at that. Is it a squeeze? Yeah, it's a squeeze. Was it hard to do? It was really easy to do, right? All you have to do is figure out, well, what are the cards that could make? Well, the 8 of hearts, the 8 of spades. If we're going to have, and we're not going to ever play the ace of spades, right? We're never going to play that until the end. So we just leave the 8 with it, sitting there, right? And we play off all these winners, and then we're over here waiting. We have an entry to the ace just in case the 9 of hearts doesn't fall. And when it doesn't fall, we just lead over there. And because it just happened that East had to guard both, we're good to go. So just use your eyesight and no risk plus contract there. Tied with the South, who got the heart lead. Was the heart lead good against this no trump? I think so. I mean, I probably wouldn't have let it, but nothing really wrong with it. You're not really expecting to grow up the heart. You could start with the club. It doesn't do you any better, as we saw here. But then maybe South will have to think hard about trying to take the finesse, because of course if they take the finesse, it does lose. Leading 2 to the 10 will lose. So here, leading away from that jack, eliminated that possible guess that South would have had to make that 13th trick. Unless they played it this way, which was, hey, I'm just going to sit around, play off all my winners, and watch for the jack and 9 of hearts. And if it's not there, then I'll lead over to the ace and hope the ace 8 of spades is going up, which indeed it did in this case. So thanks for playing. Think about Smolin. Like I said, over 2 no trump, I think I don't think you can play Smolin and Puppet together. So the advanced players that are playing some sort of Puppet or 5 cards, Stamen over 2 no trump, probably can't do it. Well, maybe somebody could tell me if you can or not. I'm not going to think about it right now. But over 1 no trump, for heaven's sakes, it's not that hard of a deal at all. One of those easy gadgets which solves the problem, which is what do you do with 5, 4 in the majors? And when your partner opens 1 no trump. Until next week, thanks a lot for playing.